Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. I'm your host, Eric, joined as always by T. T, we've made it to Royal Rumble week. How are you?
I'm just happy we're one day closer to the Rumble.
Yes, it's been a week, man. And I'll tell you, you posted that meme on Facebook about, getting through the week knowing you've got to get to the Royal Rumble. And man, if that's not accurate. I know you've had a tough time at work, but let's talk about something positive. Let's talk about the Royal Rumble, the road to WrestleMania. Right off the bat, what are you excited for Saturday?
Well, in addition to both Rumble matches, we're finally getting the dream match. Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar.
Yes, and it's funny. I've been meaning at least to talk to you about that. I am super stoked we're getting it. I'm surprised it's not at WrestleMania, but hey, I'll take it. I am ecstatic for that match. Yeah. Who do you expect to win that one?
Probably Brock, but hey,
Yeah.
I'm up for a surprise.
Agreed. I do expect Brock Lesnar to retain, but I would not be mad at all with a Bobby Lashley title change. At all.
Two big, muscular, almost 300-pound guys going at it. I'm happy.
Yeah, both of them with the MMA and fighting backgrounds, locking it up. You could legit tell these guys, hey, go out there and have a shoot. Do whatever really you want to do. And I feel like they could make it entertaining. I would assume. I know, right? Just let them fight for a little bit. Have an ending in mind, but just say, hey, you guys can have a real if you really want to settle who the better fighter is for a little bit before you get to the story you're supposed to tell. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, it'd be great if they centered the whole thing around who's the better MMA fighter.
Right? I would have loved that as the big story going in.
Set it up in an octagon and everything.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that'd be fantastic. They could have set up. What did they call those with Ken Shamrock? Those matches that he had. Oh,
I think we're thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I call it Cage of Death, but it's not that.
Right.
Tiger's Den or something.
Lion's Den. Yeah, Lion's Den matches. Yeah. Yeah, anybody, if you want a different assignment to go back and watch, that would be one to watch. Now, it's been a couple weeks. I apologize to everyone. I don't remember what our assignments were. Do you remember? If not,
yes. You gave me Rob Van Dam versus John Cena at one night.
Oh, right. And you gave me Rey Mysterio Sabu. Well, I'll do Rey Mysterio Sabu first since that occurred first on the card. How about that? Okay. Good match. I thought it was well on its way to being a real banger. I thought they were letting the two of them tear the house down. At first, I didn't love the scripted injuries. The scripted stoppage like that, because I thought, man, you're kind of cheapening. Does that, throwing up the double X, does that really mean injury now if you're using it as part of the story? But as time's gone on, I've become more okay with that because look, it was a one-time deal. I'm sure the guys had a safe word, and hopefully, as in most times, hopefully your safe word is not harder. Just planning ahead, people. Just plan ahead. But it doesn't bother me as much now. Watching back, I was able to enjoy that. The Man, it made me really miss the days of getting to see Sabu, and it's reminded me all the times that like I got to see him live at the ECW arena or the Downingtown Farmers Market and different areas that I got to watch ECW. I was one lucky kid getting to do all that, and that show reminded me of that. I went back and watched the whole show just because I was like, you know what, I loved this show. It was one of my favorite shows. Like in 2006, I think it was the best show of the year. Like even better than WrestleMania. I said it. Don't at me. But yeah, I think the Rey Mysterio Sabu match is one of those. I'm really glad you assigned that to me because it's one of those like it could be easily lost in the history. Like not many people remember it or talk about it. Yeah, it was a good match. I liked some of the commentary. I liked Taz kind of poking fun at Rey Mysterio for wearing the ECW on his mask and him calling him out for it, being like, yeah, you're sucking up. Fans don't like that. And so, yeah.
Guys.
Although Rey Mysterio was an ECW superstar before he went to WCW. And so I thought that was cool that he got to participate. They mentioned that in the show. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, that match. And I'm really looking forward to kind of your take on your John Cena Edge match.
That was one hostile crowd, to put it lightly.
I think it's the most amazing part of this thing. Just the crowd. It's like you say, "Oh, do you remember who John Cena faced that night?" And it's like, wait, it wasn't the crowd.
I mean, basically, it was a handicap match.
Oh yeah,
John Cena versus Rob Van Dam in the crowd.
Yeah. I mean, I love that from the beginning of the night when I see the sign, if Cena wins, we riot. I was like, oh, God, this is going to be insane.
Boy, did they drop some F-bombs.
It was just a fantastic show from start to finish. Anybody who hasn't watched it or hasn't watched it in a while, I encourage you, go back and watch ECW One Night Stand in 2006.
Yes. And the match itself was pretty good. John Cena actually did some wrestles.
Yeah, he wrestled a little bit. I do wrestle.
But like having Edge come out, that was like a good heel move, but like at the same time, he's like.
Do you think it took away from Rob Van Dam's brief title reign?
Huh?
Do you think it took away from Rob Van Dam's title reign?
Not really.
Okay. I've heard that said before because it was just kind of like this was his only WWE title run. It was, barely a month. I don't even think it was a month.
At this point, we just wanted Rob to win the damn title.
True. It was a travesty. He's one of those stories that, like, for all that he achieved, and he was a Hall of Famer and well-deserved, he's also one of the most underutilized. Like, would you say he was a bust? Like, I feel like I could say he was probably a bust from what he was supposed to be. Because, I mean, everybody everywhere was saying Rob Van Dam is going to be the next big thing. The next, like, maybe not Hulk Hogan, but like, or Steve Austin, but like that notch right below them. And Rob wasn't that. He wasn't there. Like, he never really ascended much. Like, he briefly like danced with the main eventers, but for the most part, he was a mid-carder.
Yeah, I mean, once he got the belt, though, he did kind of bring it on himself. Like a month later, when him and Sabu got busted with things.
Yeah.
So,
Look, I think everybody saw that coming. Like, if they didn't believe that that was a possibility, knowing his track record, and they still put the belt on him, like, come on. Come on.
but other than that,
Right.
yeah, he definitely should have had more world titles and main event matches and stuff.
Mhm. You know, and I feel like he was kind of Cesaro like. Like Cesaro, I feel like his career has been like, although
Yeah.
Cesaro doesn't have the issues, let's say, away from the ring that Rob Van Dam had. But like,
Yeah.
kind of, I feel like a lot of people projected him to be that next level, and he just hasn't gotten there for whatever reason. Whether you want to believe it's because Vince McMahon and the powers that be have held him back, or just he connects with that underground audience. He connects with like you and I, like the avid fan who just eats, sleeps, and breathes this product. But like the reason why Roman Reigns is pushed into the main event spot, and I know everybody hates that Roman Reigns is shoved down our throats, but the reason why is because Roman Reigns reaches a wider audience. Cesaro doesn't reach that audience, at least not right now. And that's why Roman's in the main event and Cesaro isn't.
Yeah, you talk about a wider audience. I've seen several chicks saying, "Oh my gosh, that Roman Reigns guy is handsome, cute, hot, whatever."
Right.
I mean, it's that plus then you got the kids looking up to Roman Reigns as well.
Mm-hmm.
I guess for the heel turn, maybe.
Yeah. And
But,
and I'm sure a lot of the kids still have stuck with Roman. And then with Roman's heel turn, that's got it did make a lot of other fans get into him, at least briefly. And then they went back to, oh, you're still just shoving him down our throat, just now as a heel as opposed to babyface. And it's like, the fans. Look, I love WWE Universe. I love the fans. A lot of times I side with them. I feel like with Roman Reigns, there's just no way of booking him that's going to make them happy. Unless they book him to eat shit for a year. Like that, I feel like that's the only thing that would make the audience appreciate Roman. And they briefly kind of did, if you remember, after Seth Rollins stole the spotlight at WrestleMania 31, cashed in Money in the Bank, became champion. And there was a brief period after he had to do a good degree of chasing between matches with The Big Show, Randy Orton, feuds with Sheamus, where he actually won the WWE title. I think it was in Philadelphia for the second time after he won it at Survivor Series and had Sheamus cash in on him. And so it was like, wow, twice in a year, Roman Reigns has had the Money in the Bank cashed in on him during a world title run. And
Sheamus 515.
Exactly. I kick myself all the time that I didn't get one of those shirts. But and it seemed like for a brief period, the audience shifted to the side of Roman Reigns. And I mean, only for a few weeks. Because in the same arena, the Wells Fargo Center, where Roman was booed out of the arena when he won the Royal Rumble, he then was cheered and given chance of "you deserve it" when he won the title from Sheamus on a Monday Night Raw in Philadelphia. And I was in shock when that happened. And this was less than a year later. So that shows they can move Roman the right way and put him in compromising situations and have him work through adversity. But then they went right back to just booking him strong all the time, shoving him down our throats. And now, again, God, I feel like I'm just going to keep crapping on the audience when I keep saying this, but every time that they get what they want, then immediately they hate it. They wanted Roman to turn heel. They get Roman to turn heel, and people hate it. They wanted Seth Rollins to win the Royal Rumble. Seth Rollins wins the Royal Rumble, wins the Universal title from Brock Lesnar, and fans start poo-pooing him. Every time they get something that they want, they immediately go, like Drew McIntyre. How long do we hear clamorings of, let Drew McIntyre win the title? Let Drew McIntyre win the title. wins the Royal Rumble, wins the main event at WrestleMania in front of absolutely nobody. And the fans again, Drew McIntyre, he's overhyped now. There's no making the audience happy sometimes. It's like, guys, can you just appreciate great matches when you see them? Like,
you just can't win with the majority.
yeah. Well, and it's just the social media aspect of it.
Yeah. Big Twitter.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I told you before what we're going to get into tonight. Before we start picking our possible winner, I want to ask you because I want to do the positivity sandwich.
Okay.
Your favorite Royal Rumble, the entire Royal Rumble, and then we'll talk about your favorite like outcome, like your favorite winner.
I forget which one it is exactly, but on the network or Peacock, whatever, it's rated R for some reason. So at least it sticks out.
Okay.
It's like one of the late 90s ones or early 2000s. I don't even remember who won.
Well, do you remember anything about the card in particular that stood out?
I think it might have been the same year there was Cactus Jack versus Triple H.
2000. Yeah.
I
The
think
Rock one.
it's been a while since I've watched it again.
Was it Madison Square Garden?
I believe so. It was a bunch of cars.
Yep. Yeah, it was Royal Rumble 2000.
Uh,
So the Cactus Jack Triple H match was what put it over the edge for you? Or was it the bikini contest?
well, there's that too.
You enjoyed Mae Young taking her bikini off. I know it. I was watching that event live, and oh boy, you got to see everything, really. Somewhere, I guess I probably still have the VHS from that, but
wasn't really a family product back then.
yeah. I mean, look, that Royal Rumble was like Triple H Cactus Jack, and it was like, I don't know if you ever heard the story about it. Basically, Triple H and Stephanie had just started really dating. And so, really, their first kiss as a couple was right there on camera at the Royal Rumble when she kisses him before he goes into the match. And then she watches Triple H become a bloody mess. And so, really funny, just the whole way that all worked out. So, okay. It's funny. One of my favorite Royal Rumbles is the previous year, 1999. And in that event, The Rock and Mankind fought in an I Quit match. And oh, good Lord, was that violent.
Is that the one with the 16 or 20, whatever hair shot?
Yeah, where if anybody who's seen the movie Beyond the Mat, then the Cactus Jack like yelled like violently at The Rock, and his kids were right there in the stands watching and were crying. And even at the time, I would have offered to go over and console Noelle. Because I'm not that nice a guy. Knowing what she would grow into. Which I don't know. Was I the only one? The first time I saw her on camera was, I want to say it was on the network. It was like one of their countdown shows or something. And where they were counting down some of the best characters or something. And she's on there and she's talking. And I'm like, who is that? And then I found out, I'm like, that's Mick Foley's daughter? How did he produce that?
I keep asking myself that every time I see her.
I mean, like, no
How did
offense, Mick, but I mean, your other kids look like you, but like,
how did that be created from Mick Foley?
all I know is their like mailman must have been a really good looking dude. Just kidding, everybody. Anyway, before we get off the rails here, we get kicked off the air. Okay, so that was your favorite. What was one that you just remember watching and just feeling like, man, this is stupid? Like, what's the worst one? Like your worst winner? Let's just go with that.
uh, hmm, I don't know.
I saw it posed on Twitter, and I could tell you some of the popular choices for worst winner. Um, Alberto Del Rio was a very popular choice as one of the worst winners.
That's what I was kind of gravitating towards.
Yeah, and I can't blame them. Like I like that Sheamus won because I can't really think of anybody else who I would have rather won that year in 20. What was that? 2011 or
Somewhere.
yeah. No, 2012.
Batista's. Huh?
It was 2012. That's right. Batista's was pretty bad too. Yeah.
Actually, both of them. Now that I'm on the topic.
Well, yeah.
The first one, they should have just let both Cena and Batista win. Like, they literally touched the floor at the same time.
Yeah, and I understand wanting to have a decisive winner, but like, what did you really accomplish? Batista went on and challenged Triple H for the world title on Raw. John Cena went on to win your stupid little tournament and did JBL at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. So really, what would have been the harm in just saying, hey, guess what? You both get to challenge the champion of your choosing. And if you choose the same one, it's a triple threat. Done.
Plus, look back at, I think it was 94.
Yeah, there was a precedent for it. Who do you think won the 94?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Who do you think won the 94 Royal Rumble?
It was, who was it, Macho Man and someone else?
No, it was Brett and Luger that were the last two.
Brett and Leg. It's before my time.
I should make you go back and rewatch that and then tell me who you think won.
But they gave the win to both of them. I'll just do that again.
I mean, I wouldn't have minded. Like I said, there was a precedent for it.
Plus, Vince wouldn't have came in the ring and blew out both his quads somehow.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I heard the real story on what happened there. So Vince comes in the ring there. When he storms in, he trips, and he blows out his left quad. And he remarkably, so everybody's trying to help him out when he goes to get out of there. He stays kind of on his feet, gets to the back, and is walking around in the back, and somebody says something to him, and he turns around the other and he blows out the other one. Yeah. I don't know. That is the story that Bruce Pritchard told when on Something to Wrestle With about it. So yeah, that is apparently what happened in 2005. All right, so you told me your favorite Royal Rumble, I guess, moment, really, or match, or your favorite overall Royal Rumble pay-per-view, and your least favorite winner. Who is your favorite winner of the Royal Rumble? Like, what was the one where you sat there and said, man, good job, WWE. You got that one right.
It's going to take me a minute.
Okay. Well, while you're thinking about it, I'll answer those questions for myself. My favorite Royal Rumble, the favorite Royal Rumble match to watch, like one of the easiest ones to go back to watch is 2001. Like the whole Rumble match itself was just fantastic. Stone Cold Steve Austin won. This was his third win in 5 years, and as one of the was he the only one to win 3 times? I think he was.
I think so.
Yeah, I think at least so far. And to me, that was when Kane sets a record for most single Rumble eliminations that would then be broken by Roman Reigns. And Kane, the last man eliminated by Stone Cold. Stone Cold had basically screwed Triple H out of the title earlier in the night. Triple H comes out to attack Stone Cold when he comes out for his Royal Rumble entry. And it's beat to hell, is bloodied, and somehow stumbles his way eventually into the ring and would go on to outlast everybody and win the Rumble. And then would go on to WrestleMania 17 in the Astrodome in Houston and just have one of the greatest matches in WrestleMania history. In fact, it would be on my. That's what we should do as we go down the road to WrestleMania, is talk about the best WrestleMania matches. But like that Stone Cold Rock match would be right up there. To me, the Iron Man match between Bret and Shawn, that's probably that's right up there. But like Stone Cold, like that run that he had, between the Rumble match. Then in February at No Way Out, he had a 3 Stages of Hell match with Triple H. That was just a barn burner. And then WrestleMania 17 with The Rock. Like, I would argue nobody had a better 3-month period of matches than that. And, like, if you ever want to be like, hey, I want to watch a certain period in WWE, I'd say early 2001. You put that on, sit back, have a cold one, and enjoy. So that's my favorite. The worst winner, I'm trying not to go with the obvious ones, the Del Rio. Vince McMahon, when he won in 99, that was stupid. I remember saying it at the time. I'm like, obviously he's not main eventing WrestleMania himself. Like, I mean, I think the better option would have been if somehow like Shawn Michaels had gotten Vince to put Stone Cold in the match and have it be Stone Cold versus Vince McMahon versus The Rock for the championship. Like, I thought that would have been good because then you could have had most of the match being Stone Cold and The Rock, but then like you sprinkle in some Vince McMahon to help put Stone Cold in trouble. And that would have been a way that, the winner of the Royal Rumble still headlined WrestleMania. But they didn't go that route, and I thought it was dumb. I thought, and look, we all knew that whole year, the whole like time period from when Vince screwed Stone Cold out of the title and then really screwed him at the Deadly Game tournament, Survivor Series 98. That you knew it was going to come down to Stone Cold and The Rock, and you knew it from November until we got to Philadelphia in March that year. That you were getting Stone Cold and The Rock for the championship. And somehow it was still exciting. But so that's my worst winner. My best winner, I am going to say, gosh, put myself on the spot. I'll just go with the classic. I'll say Shawn Michaels in 95. Going coast to coast. From start to finish. The first man in and the last man standing. One of the few heels to win the Royal Rumble. And to do that in a time when you didn't put over heels. Like heels lost primarily. And Shawn Michaels won it with very little debate. Like he gets clotheslined over the top by Bulldog at the end. And everybody thinks the Bulldog won. But Shawn Michaels held on only 1 foot hit the ground. And so he's able to get back in the ring, knock Bulldog out. So it's like you couldn't even say he did anything underhanded. He just fought like hell to stay in the match. And then won. So it was very unheard of at the time. And to me, that's when I thought Shawn Michaels is going to turn babyface and Shawn Michaels is going to be champion eventually. And lo and behold, a year later, Shawn Michaels turns babyface and Shawn Michaels is the champ.
Well, my best winner, someone I didn't think would ever win, Shinsuke Nakamura.
I
But
love
the events that followed, not
but
so great.
not a fan of
Huh?
Captain Low and no speak English.
Yeah, that went on for way too long.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. I didn't like that part of it. I've often said that, and I'll probably bring this up again when I do my road to WrestleMania and I talk about WrestleMania 34. That if I had turned off WrestleMania 34 the second the 3 count happens with AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura, if I had turned it off right then, I'd have been happy as can be, content, and thinking, man, WrestleMania was really good this year. Problem is, everything that happened after that 3 count, was designed to piss me off. Between, the low blow from Nakamura, the Braun Strowman picking the referee's kid out of the crowd to be his tag team partner and winning their all tag titles, and Brock Lesnar just absolutely working over. Actually, we actually have a comment. Love you too. Thank you.
Malaysia. Okay, cool.
Yeah, thank you. Rock on. So, what time is it in Malaysia? If you wouldn't mind telling me, that's pretty cool. We have an international audience. Our poll knows no bounds.
We're going global.
That's right. We're big time now. Move over, big time Bex. All right. Let's talk Royal Rumble. Let's talk this year's Royal Rumble. First off, I say let's only talk about the championship matches. Brock Lesnar defending the WWE Championship against Bobby Lashley. Who's winning?
Probably Lesnar.
Yeah, I agree. Like we said before, would absolutely love to see Bobby Lashley win. It would be just awesome for him. Not going to happen, I don't think.
Hopefully there won't be too much stupid shenanigans.
I'm just hoping they don't have him absolutely get absolutely job out,
Oh god, please don't. They spent so much time building up Lashley. Don't tear it back.
Okay. The Universal title, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. This has classic written all over it. It reminds me of Shawn Michaels and Diesel from WrestleMania 11, which is, I think, a very underrated match historically. What is your take on Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns?
Well, similar to the WWE title match, I think the champ's going to retain, but again, I'm open. I'd love a surprise.
Sure.
I'm down for Rollins as Universal Champ. Don't think it'll happen now.
No, I doubt it. And if it does, he has said he's breaking out the red belt and coming to Raw with it. That would mean SmackDown has no champion. And would that help the dissolvement of the separate locker rooms? I don't know. Maybe that's part of the plan too. All right.
Well, Lesnar's the free agent, so
that's right. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, he can show up anyway.
Do whatever he wants.
Yeah. All right. The Raw Women's Championship. Becky Lynch defends against Doudrop. Any chance of a title change?
That would be nice, but once again, no.
Yeah, no, I don't think any title changes happening at the Royal Rumble. Okay, Women's Royal Rumble. Oh, okay, you know what? No, let's talk. We can talk about it. Edge and Beth Phoenix. The Grit couple versus the It couple. Who you got?
I don't know. I mean, it'll be great if Miz would win, if they're gonna do something with that.
You know what would be absolutely awesome is if somehow, like, and I know it's supposed to be men versus the men, women versus the women, but if somehow, like, Edge gets knocked out, maybe there's some shenanigans and like some brass knucks or something get involved, and he gets knocked out, and Maurice pins Edge. I'm just saying, I think that would be pretty cool to then lead into the story where Miz and Edge have to have like this great third encounter, and that's how like they have a big blowout, whether it be at Elimination Chamber in Saudi Arabia, which is so dumb that they're putting that there. But anyway, another Saturday pay-per-view, which I'm excited about. I'm loving the Saturday pay-per-views.
Like JBL would probably say, we fight on Saturday nights.
There you go. I think you would say that. Okay. Time to pick the Royal Rumble matches. First off, the women. Give me your two possibilities, and then an official pick.
Bianca Belair.
Okay.
Which would make her a 2-time
Mm-hmm.
and in a row. Right? Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm.
That'd be amazing.
Right?
Who else? You know what? Not gonna happen anyway, but hell, that would be fantastical if Mickie James won.
Oh my God, I would love it. I would absolutely love to see Mickie James win the Royal Rumble. Yeah, put that accomplishment in a trash bag, WWE. I would love it. I don't think it's going to happen. I'll give you two picks. One, I just enjoy their matches, and I want to see this young lady achieve everything she can. Like, I just really enjoy her story. I enjoy her character. Doesn't hurt that she's easy on the eyes. Liv Morgan. I'd like to see Liv Morgan win the Rumble. One last shot at Becky Lynch, and I want to see her win the the Raw Women's Championship. Easy for me to say at WrestleMania. The second one, and then I'll give you my official choice, Charlotte Flair. Just because, and I know it will be your second Royal Rumble in 3 years. Just because I want to see if they'd let her just choose the other champion and bring the locker room together. Because to me, ultimately, that's what I'm working for. I want to see them have Raw and SmackDown together again. I've always thought the brand split was a dumb idea. You're one company. You have all these great talented wrestlers. Why are you restricting yourselves? Like, don't handcuff yourself. You're in a fight against AEW. Like, they are stealing your talent, literally. Like, I mean, how many guys have we seen walk out the door in the last few months just to have, like, have them show up at AEW? Oh, okay, here we go. We got some predictions. We'll put these up here and we'll talk about them. Roman versus Seth. Seth, okay. Brock. Becky Doudrop is Becky, and yeah. There's Women's Royal Rumble. Okay, Rhea Ripley. All right. I can get down with that. And the men's AJ Styles. Okay. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you for your predictions. The women's Royal, I'll say Charlotte. I like the Rhea Ripley pick to win the Royal Rumble. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, especially because she was the last one eliminated last year.
Yeah, and I would love to see Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania. We have not seen that match.
But unfortunately, they got to finish up this Ripley Nikki ASH story.
How about it be, Rhea Ripley wants to get her hands on Nikki ASH. Nikki ASH says, I'll only fight you if you'll put the WrestleMania title match on the line. And that's how they fight.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, like I said, I want Liv Morgan or Charlotte Flair. Those are my two that I'd like to see. And I guess officially I'll select Charlotte Flair. And because I want to see, like I said, the merging of the locker rooms, I want to see Charlotte versus Becky, champion versus champion, title for title. And she walks out the undisputed WWE Women's Champion. For the men, we've been talking about whether or not Drew is actually out of action, if he's going to be available to be used at the Royal Rumble. I've been saying I want Drew to win the Rumble to basically get his WrestleMania redo in front of a live crowd and win what I want is for it to be a triple threat for both the WWE and Universal Championships, and you merge the belts and have one great champion. But
it wouldn't hurt if they come up with a new design.
Right, and I think that would be the right way to do it, because you wouldn't want to just bring the WWE title in there as basically saying the entire time the Universal title was inferior.
Plus, that giant double W is getting a little boring.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, get like a dragon or something on there. Go crazy.
Yeah, we can do something fun with it. The other possible winner, and this is the guy I'm going to pick because I don't know if Drew McIntyre is medically cleared, AJ Styles. I mean, I think that's going to be the theme. I know we talked about it earlier off air. It just feels right. Like that he is the right guy at the right time to do this. And because whoever's winning the Rumble, they're going to have to step in the ring with either Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns or both of them. And if you're going to do that, you better have a big enough name. You better be able to hold your weight. And that's why I think it's going to be AJ. Because he could do that. His name demands it, where he's worthy of being in the ring. Like, you couldn't very well have, like, say, Ricochet versus Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. And I love Ricochet, but you couldn't do that. You couldn't have, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar versus Mustafa Ali. Like, you just can't do that. Like, it wouldn't work. Although, remember the idea we had of if Santina Marella were to come back, being Santina Marella in the Women's Royal Rumble and Santino in the men's, and wins both Royal Rumbles. And, like, say right at the beginning, if we're having that triple threat to unify the belts and Santino's in there, like right off the bat, Brock Lesnar could just lift him up and F5 him. Roman and Brock could go at it for a while. Santino finally gets up and Roman spears him, and he's down again. Roman and Lesnar go back at it. But at some point, if you do that, I want the moment where both Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar like knock each other out, and all of a sudden you see Santino walk into the ring like still kind of dazed, but look around and say, "Holy crap, I have a chance!" And the crowd gets all into it. He goes to pin 1, 2, kick out, goes over and pins the other one, 1, 2, kick out, and he's all frustrated. You're thinking, man, that was his chance. It's okay.
Add on.
Yeah, go ahead.
To add on to that, let's say he's pinning Lesnar. Lesnar like kicks out at 2, like freaking launches Santina like outside the ring into like the table that was set up.
Yes. That would be fantastic. It's like, boy, man, poor Santino.
Well, he tried.
So your pick for the men's Royal Rumble?
My one pick or two?
Well, yeah, you said. What did you say? The other possible picks? Just
Not
give me
yet.
two possible, and then your last two possible, and then your winner.
All right, my two possible picks. One will be AJ Styles. Two, which I didn't bring it up yet, Sami Zayn.
Okay.
To continue the Sammy Lesnar thing. Pick
The
that ball
Canadian
back.
castings explode at WrestleMania.
And my actual winner, probably not going to happen, Finn Balor.
Oh, I would
But
love
that's
it.
another big name you could put into.
Yeah, he's a name that fits in that scenario. You know, another
Even
name.
though both Balor and AJ have been bringing up young stars, doing the favors and whatnot.
Yeah, Austin Theory, Omos.
Grayson Waller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So your official pick is?
I'll go with Finn Balor. He probably won't, but hey, whatever.
Hey, if he does, you're gonna look like a rock star on the show. I'm still going with it. Drew McIntyre is my official pick.
This could be the chance to redeem the demon from that match. What was that? Survivor Series or SummerSlam or something?
Wasn't SummerSlam. It was what was in September? I don't even remember now.
You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Man, it's been bad. All right. Everybody, those are our picks.
Live viewer comments show up on this is okay.
I did not mean to do that.
Though he did something wrong.
All right, everybody, have a great night. Enjoy the Royal Rumble. I know I will. I'll be drinking a couple beers, watching the Rumble.
I'll be doing shots.
Nice. Dude, we should come up with a Royal Rumble drinking game.
I already got one in mind.
Oh, send it to me. I'll participate.
Well, to make a long story short, it's a shot for every surprise entrant.
Yeah. Well, on the last few Rumbles, man, you'd have been really sober.
Last year was kind of good.
Yeah, that's true. Last year was pretty good. All right, everybody, have a great night. Enjoy the Rumble. And when we see you next week, we will be on the road to WrestleMania.
Buckle up.
We're gonna all point to the sign. I want to have the sign somewhere in here and just randomly point to it.
I should get a poster.
I know. I want to see if they have like one of those flags I can hang up behind there, WrestleMania, just so every now and then I can just say, guys, go to WrestleMania. Or we're going to watch WrestleMania. I'm not going to Dallas. All right. Everybody, have a great night. Enjoy the Royal Rumble. We'll see you next week. Until then, happy wrestling, everybody.
Good night.